Your camera fell.
What's up? What's up? Yes, I'm still here. Someone was talking to me at the door while we were starting.
Should get one of those like video things for your door.
Yeah, it's. I should have, bro. Just as we were starting, bro.
I tell you should have it like as if I have it. I don't even have it, and I'm like, yeah, you should get it.
Bro, I'm so sorry, man. Give me a second. Let me just fix this.
It's all good, G. It's all good, man. How's your day?
Pretty fine. Pretty Monday-ish. It's like typical Mondays. We're still not. It's not Christmas yet, but we're getting there. And you? How was your weekend, bro? You were supposed to be in. We're supposed to meet on Friday during
Yeah,
your New
yeah.
York
So
thing.
Friday night, I decided to drive down to New York, take a little trip with the girlfriend, and that's it. So we went and visit. We went to visit New York City, the Empire State Building, all the typical stuff, Broadway Bridge. Is it Broadway Bridge? Yeah, Broadway Bridge. We went to see the new tower there. What's it called? Um, the World Trade Center. And that's it. We saw a
Bro,
few
I
like
absolutely love the fact that you call the Brooklyn Bridge the Broadway Bridge. I absolutely love it.
I did not stop.
You did.
Oh, that's so jokes, bro. That's two jokes. I'm
That's
putting a
good.
little timer for 5 minutes here. So every 5 minutes, we're gonna look at.
Here we are. All right, bro.
Let me get this little timer started. I'm actually doing what we said we're gonna do.
Are you?
Yes, bro. Honestly, like I'm not even looking at myself, and I feel better already. Like I feel more like
Yeah.
it's just you. It's just us two.
Yeah, straight up on disco. Just like the old times. Just like the old days. So I feel like my thingy in the back is not working. It doesn't matter. Let me just close this. I think I have a connection problem today, my Jody. Do you? You think?
Honestly, it's
Oh,
okay,
it's
bro. If
fine.
it doesn't work,
It's
if it
fine.
doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what?
I
Let's
just
get
put
to
it
this.
on. I really hope it doesn't beep in my ear, like beep, 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 because that would suck. But
Oh, you mean a
yeah,
timer?
yeah. I put a 5 minute timer, so we go back and we check out who's in the chat and see what. Just try to have a discussion without
Um,
looking at the camera every 5 seconds.
so we're trying out something new, guys. We're trying to not look at the comments right away. We're just gonna be looking at the comments in 5 minutes. Me and George just gonna talk about the chapter. We're at chapter 12 of our marketing book. I left it in my room for my wife to read it. Um, on parle de marketing. We're talking marketing every Monday um, with the book This I Know from Terry O'Reilly. And as we're going deeper in the book, I just feel like these. I don't know. For me, this chapter was my favorite one.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
why so or
because
how so?
bro, you know me, man. Like you know how I love these details. I'm addicted to details, Jordan. I love these little things that we could do to clients that we could like add to our general approach.
Hmm.
Not just sending gifts to client, like not things that you think about only like in Christmas time. Oh, let's send these clients a gift. Like, how about you try to save them time all year long? And by saving time, it could be just by reducing paperwork, um, having your process simplified so it's easier for them to get a quote, easier for them to get their invoice, easier for them to pay. Um, and it's in the everyday of things. So if you're like, I just feel like this chapter was all about the value. It's the name of the chapter, going the extra inch. That's the name of the chapter 12. Going the extra inch, the value of the small gestures. And this is the everyday thing for us entrepreneurs. this is small.
You need to be a big like company to think about these small things, right? Like the small gestures.
What do you mean? Sorry, I couldn't hear the first thing you said. You said
I mean, you don't really have to have a big budget to like kind of do small things for your customers. You know, like for example,
yes, c'est ça,
like
exactement.
after reading this chapter, I'm like, what can I do different for my guests when they check into the Airbnbs? I'm like, I could do something as simple as leaving a bowl of fruit out in the summer. You know, a nice
Yeah,
little
they
bowl
gave
of fruit
ideas
or, like,
about these
or like
hotels in the
a nice
book.
that was perfect
yeah.
for me because I'm in hospitality. So I'm like, man, I could just leave. I don't do that stuff. Like leave a nice little bottle of wine, or like it costs like €2 for a bottle of wine, you know?
What did you
And these
think
small
about
little
the
gestures.
examples of the book when they were talking about these hotels examples? He gave like 2 examples. He said,
Yeah, like leaving the music.
the music,
leaving-
yeah, to sleep, the sleep music, and the other thing was the personalized messages, the personalized things on the bed, on the sheets, I think. So dream big. So one night it was dream big, and the other night it was something else. So he had these little thoughts written on the
Yeah,
on the
nighty
bed.
night or something like that. Yeah, that's cute.
Nighty night. Yeah, just a cute
Yeah.
little. Yeah. Like how big are these small things when
They're
you're
huge.
And don't you feel like he was right when he was saying us as business owners, we get lost in the sauce sometimes, like we don't
we
see
do.
them anymore. I felt that it was just so true, man. And for you, like as a owner of places, how lost could you get in the sauce? Like how good do you think it is? Like, hey, it looks nice. My room looks nice. It's fine now. But how could you like make it better?
Yeah, because us, like we're the one giving the service. We're the one giving the service, and we just think like, okay, the room is ready, it's clean, it's prepared, but we don't think completely in the minds of my guests when they come into the room. You know, like wouldn't it be nice to have, you know, a bottle of water, a bottle of wine, a bowl of fruits, like, you know, and he even says
Sparkling water, a little thing.
Yeah, like a little something just for the thought.
Yeah.
Like I don't think about these things, and it's by reading these books that I get the ideas, that I take the ideas and I'm like, why don't I implement this? It takes 2 seconds to just you know, go buy a bottle of wine or something. And the thing is, I used to do them at the beginning, and I used to get amazing reviews, and then like, you kind of get like, it kind of becomes like second nature after, and you lose your way. And I have to get back into doing stuff like that, you know, like just giving them a smile and being nice is not enough. It's just that that's like something expected. But like, what can I do differently?
I was thinking about that this year because, you know, these ideas came up on the table. A lot of times we heard like, oh, we could give like gifts to our clients. We could give. I'm not a big gift person. You know, I received gift for services, and I was not like I was there for the service. Service was, I would rate 50%, 60%. Like,
it's not just about giving gifts, though. Like it's eliminating a pain point. Eliminating a pain point. I don't know if I can give one example from the book that I could relate to just this weekend. So you remember the pizzeria story that he said in New York? There's a pizzeria that designed, like they serve their pizzas in a box that is designed to detach into 4 different pieces. So like that, people can go, you know, like you're a group of friends going and buy a pizza, you can just split the box by ripping it apart, reducing the mess, and just like, what does it take to do that? I don't know what it takes to do that, but it seems like such a small thing that solves a big problem. Like, for example, I was driving back and we were eating. Me and my girlfriend, we were sharing a box of like a takeaway food. We had the food at the restaurant, and we had leftover food, and we took it for the car ride home. And dude, like my girlfriend's in the passenger seat eating the food, and I'm just there in the driver's seat, kind of like stabbing the box on the other side. And then I'm driving, my knee is like steering the steering wheel, and I'm like this with my hand, and I'm like,
classic.
And then food is falling in the cracks. Like, no, it would have been so nice to have that box for not for anything. And the pizzeria that thought of that's pretty smart. And I don't
It,
think it takes much to implement something like that. See, like we think
and it's
the pizza
memorable. You remember that, like you would remember the pizzeria that
it
sells
is.
like the pizza. It's memorable. That's the thing about these things.
Yeah, like the pizzeria person, the owner actually thought that through, or their marketing team thought that through. Like, hey, we're gonna make this.
Yeah, instead of spending the money on a bunch of random stuff, like there's so many things, especially if you're a small business owner, a medium-sized business. You need to know more about your customer's pain point and not like
Mm.
trying to give them like key rings or
Yes, and just
some
like, yeah,
stuff,
let me just give them a gift
Yeah, don't
and be
spend
like
your money
everybody
on
else.
key rings or keychains. Like really think about it. Think about your
Think about their
customers' pain
problem.
points. For me, like for us, through Uninet, like we had these ideas all the time. Oh, let's give them some things. I was like, they don't care. Like they have everything they want. Like most of our clients are real estate managers. They probably have everything they
Remember
want.
when I was telling?
Like
Remember when I was telling you one of our really really good customers who kept coming back to us for and giving us more work and more work. Remember when I told you I'm like let's do something nice for this customer. He keeps coming back to us. You remember that? I'm like let's give him a gift card at Tim Hortons or something. Let's give him something. But we didn't really think it through properly. We should have thought it through a bit more. Like what can we give this guy? You know who I'm talking about, by the way?
I think I remember. I think I remember when
Remember I was talking to you and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
But
your
I
wife. Like
it's I just can't make it like I just can't make it work. The Tim Horton gift card, the Amazon gift card. I just can't make it work, George. Honestly, when we talk about that, in my head, I'm like, I received that. I'm like, what am I gonna do with
Oh,
this?
don't tell
But
me you're not happy though. You're for sure like it's still better than nothing. Let's leave it at that. It's still better to receive a $10 Tim Hortons card than nothing because
okay, but
it still
okay,
shows
but
that you thought about them. But what I was trying to say is instead of just saying like let's give a gift, why couldn't we think it through a bit more clearly? Like this is such a good customer of ours. How can we solve their problem and like through a small little gesture, you know, to
I
make
feel
them
like
be
cleaning
loyal.
companies, they have such a problem. The pain point for cleaning companies, in my opinion, is trust. They have a hard time trusting us. Like most of these offices, they have a hard time finding a real trustful partner. So a small gesture to me, to these clients, would be something that would like something free that would actually help us and help them build that relation of trust. Um, we've did that. We've offered free cleanings to big commercial clients at trials. Try
How do
us
those work
out.
out?
They do work out. We had work for a couple years because we actually did trials. I would be ready to do trials. We just didn't figure out how to like create like a real
Mm,
bundle for trials. We do it only on like on demand, like when it's really something that might, because we don't do trials just for like if it's like we don't do residential in the first place, but like for a small commercial, I would do like a trial to it, it, it we won't be able to do.
like a 1 day trial. But we kind of had that one customer, not customer, potential customer last year. It was a museum. Do you remember that? You know which one I'm talking about, where and it was even the customer who even told me he's like, like a nice bottle of wine, like I need to try it first. Do you, do you
Ah,
remember
yeah.
that? He
Oh,
said that,
really?
and then we said, you know what? We'll come there. You'll try our services on just one portion of your building. We'll clean one side of your building,
I remember
and you
that.
try it out. You remember that?
Yes.
And
Yes.
it never ended up panning out. I don't know. The guy just stopped responding because, like, classic.
I,
Just tell me you don't want
maybe he
it.
really wanted his wine. Maybe he really wanted his
Maybe
wine.
we should have offered him a
So
bottle
for
of
some
wine.
people,
Should have
yes,
read the
it's
message better.
like it depends. Like the love language. I think it's the same thing. For some people, it's act of service, but for some other people, it's material material things. You buy me things, buy me stuff, buy me flowers, buy me a card, like just give me something, you know. Like for some people, it's like it's kind of their love language. Physical touch, like you won't be doing physical touch with your clients, obviously, but like you need to find your client's love language or love gestures, if you prefer. Like, what could be a good gesture to get
But we
that
also
on
can't
that
think about
connection
this.
level?
It's also not a scalable solution, in my opinion, if we were to look for this in every single customer. Like the Whole Food example. Let's take the Whole Food example that in the book when he spoke about giving front parking if you have a
Mm.
hybrid. So Whole Foods is a grocery store chain that caters to people or customers who respect the planet and who want to eat and want to be sustainable. So they know that their customer are most likely people who drive Teslas, electric cars, hybrids. So I know that. So they probably know, like, hey, my market is people who care about the environment. So my market is most likely driving a hybrid. So I'm going to give hybrid drivers the front parking. You remember that example he gave in the book?
Yeah, I remember.
So we have to really think. And if I take that example from the book, what comes to my mind is really like understanding we really comes with the understanding of our customer.
That's
Who
interesting.
is
We could do something where we actually reward our clients who are actually making the good choices of, you know, spending more to have a proper, you know, a proper lead certified cleanup for their business. You know, when they're really trying not to have soap in any of their processes, we could help them definitely do that. And we should definitely reward these clients with something. They should definitely have something. Like, you make me think, you know, like, if you start something that crazy, of course it's a lot of work. You need to build like some kind of structure where your clients are entering, like your environment, your ecosystem. Your clients are not just like receiving your invoice anymore, they're actually receiving reports on their on the how much soap have you saved, sir? Like, you saved that much
mm,
for the planet.
and you give them like, yeah, you give them like credits or something.
Credits or
The
something.
more like the more they use your water thing,
Yes, yes.
the
The
more they
less
saving
soap
the
they use,
planet,
the more they save
the,
for the planet.
the more they save,
Actually,
and
we
the
all
more
win.
credits they earn. The
Yes,
more credits they earn.
of
Instead of giving
course.
them a free gift, you give them like some kind of like
Yes.
credits to use for rebates for their future services or something. Kind of like when you go get a haircut, I guess. In a way, to get a haircut, you stamp, or you get a coffee at
Yeah, you get
McDonald's,
that
you
stamp.
stamp you the coffee
Yeah, yeah.
thing. Maybe we can
Same thing.
implement something like that.
Just for like, just about like, say, like, yeah, making better choices.
Because you think about it, the people shopping at Whole Foods are clearly people who care about the environment. That we know that, and they're most likely. I like that they thought of that, and they're most likely driving an electric vehicle or like a hybrid. So like, let's leave the front spot because we know that's our customer.
So
It's
so
interesting.
so how much attention, like how much is too much? You know, like how much could you, like, all the attention to detail, like how much is too much? Do you think there's a too much to this? Do you think you could spend too much time trying to put some attention to detail and really make your client comfortable? What is too
No, I
much?
think it's vital. I think it's extremely vital to always think about how we can like how we can make our customers' lives better. And by making your customers' lives better, ultimately, shouldn't they be loyal?
Hmm.
Doesn't it cost more money to go get a new customer than to treat a current customer good?
Yeah, 100%. I was, bro, like, part of my job is to also look at what my competitors are doing, right? Like, I do some competitor search. I don't want to get into that, like, that jungle right now. Maybe that's why my thing is the back is not working tonight, because it doesn't want my competitor to see it. Maybe it's a good thing. But, like, part of my job is to look at what my competitor are doing, and sometimes I go through these reviews on Google, And I'm shocked, bro. Like, I'm shocked. I have to tell you, I'm shocked at how these it's there's not small businesses, bro. One of these big competitors that we have in cleaning,
Hmm.
they answer to client with such anger.
Oh yeah,
I'm just wondering who's behind, like, who's at the desk, who's answering.
it's
You guys are not.
that's probably the
That's
owner or something. Think about it, because
crazy, bro.
they're taking it to heart.
I'm shocked for them. I'm like, these are my competitors, but I don't wish them that bad of like, I don't wish, like, I'm just like questioning myself. Like, you guys should be like hiring someone else to answer to these bad reviews. Yes, you guys are getting bad reviews, but it's also an opportunity for you to talk to your clients and try to improve yourself. I've seen it all, bro. I've seen some of these guys. They were like straight up telling the client, your standards are unattainable.
I feel
You
like
should
you
look for
guys
a
at
company
Uninet.
that would like fit your standard. I was like, hey man, like, it's your job. How are you having these conversations for the whole world to see? You should call your client and fix that. Just
Yeah,
call them.
look, you guys at Uninet have to make sure that the customer is happy with the work. You have to make sure, by all accounts, that they say like
For the better,
everything
for the
here,
better or the worse, right?
everything is clean, big or small customers. Maybe you guys could implement like an automatic email that they receive after a service was done. They receive an email. Please rate the quality of the work. This is how you could get insight into the
I
customer
was thinking about
satisfaction.
that. I was thinking about
You could
that.
get this is
It's funny you
instant
say
in,
that.
and you could do the email surveys. Obviously, not everybody's going to
Yes,
respond,
with
but you could do the
questions,
email
with
surveys.
specific
Yeah.
questions, and they answer how they like,
Yes.
typical thing, bro. Like,
Typical things.
but you
And
need
then
it organized in the system.
and that's a way that you guys could be proactive in solving problems before they arise.
You highlight the
'Cause
problem right
you
away.
highlight the problem before they arise, and the
Yes,
customer would look at you like, "Wow, this they're taking the initiative to try to find out how they can serve me better." And that's what separates us,
they're actually putting value to my feedback. They're
to your
actually,
feedback. Exactly. It's all about having a customer centric mindset, right?
jeez, bro. Like, how are you out? Your client gives you a 1 star, which is bad, right? Like, you don't want
Right.
that. I understand. But if it is what it is, and you receive, it's your client, you're not gonna go out there and fight them on public, guys. You need to use that as an opportunity to call your client, try to fix it. It's feedback. You need that feedback. And if it's a loss, it's a loss. My company will take it. If we didn't show up, if I have a, like, I've seen some of them, they're like, they're yeah, some of them have lots of clients, like residential clients, commercial clients. It's all like they have 1 stars reviews, and they're just out there answering. Sometimes stuff happen on the field, and this, like, a generic message, it's copy paste, things happen on the field that's out of our control. So therefore, this and that and this and that. I was like, what good are you getting from being out there copy and pasting the same excuses for your bad results? Obviously, they're not successes, right? Like, your clients are not happy. They either paid for a service, they didn't receive either a good experience, or like, people didn't show up. I saw that a lot. Like, people were sighing for something. The lead was there, bro. Your problem is not lead generating at that point. If people are not showing up, it's a big problem in your service company. If you have so much work that your calendar is filled up, and you don't have plan Bs for your boys, so when you have jobs in some part of the city, and your guys are not waking up, so they're not showing up, you don't have plan Bs for that, to at least call your client and let them know. In my opinion, like, this is a big small gesture point. This is big. If you,
Mhm.
like, you don't have, like, how big I am on CRMs and calendars, and like, getting everything not to fall like in betweens of cracks. I hate cracks, bro. I hate these cracks. So small gestures in your service companies, it's easy, my friend. It's easy, but it's hard. It's small, but it's big. It's called call your clients when you're about to not show up.
Mm-hmm. Have respect, show respect for their time, of
Jeez.
course.
These people
But
probably like how many of our clients this summer have put ribbons for us to come and clean, Jordan? They
mhm.
told their employees,
Move the
don't park in
cars, prepare.
front.
Yeah,
And I
of
showed
course.
up there on time and they had ribbon placed up. And I think at one point I had this client, I think my tank went I left it open and it unfilled itself during overnight. So I showed up late. I don't know if you remember that one client I showed up late during summer.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah.
had those ribbon put up and she was waiting for us. So she was time sensitive. We don't know that. Sometimes as window cleaners, we're just like, oh, they don't wait for us. We're just out there cleaning commercial windows, right? No, she was actually time sensitive. That woman. She actually told everyone she didn't want to look bad in front of her colleague. She told everyone, "Don't park your car there. Park in the street." And I was about to not show up. Could you believe that? Like,
But sometimes stuff happens, like.
but
If you
it's
really
a
had
pain point.
if you really had an issue that enabled you to not go, it happens, right?
I ended up going.
Pick up the phone,
But
and
I
just call
understood
them up.
her time sensitive. Like,
Yeah,
at first, I
for
don't know if
sure.
you remember, we had that conversation.
And it's
We were like,
and it's
hey,
also
nobody
about
calls
us.
us.
It's also about setting the expectation. Like when
Yes.
we're making bookings, instead of telling them, "Yeah, we'll be there at 2 p.m." Bad idea, right? Just tell them we'll be there. Like kind of like the way Videotron and Bell, when you're setting up your internet, they don't tell you we'll be there at 10 a.m. They tell you, okay, we'll be there. Do you want the morning block or an afternoon block? Okay, morning block. Okay, we'll be there between 8 a.m. and noon. So they give you like a 4-hour window.
But
So
you know what
maybe
I
instead of
did the
giving,
whole summer? I ended up doing the time that we're in the zones of me and Kev. We actually, because I understand the whole point of like giving them time range that they could choose. And that's what we did. We ended up giving them time ranges, but I ended up being on time. Like when we said from 3 to 4, I was there at 3 on the clock. And pretty much the whole summer I was trying to like make sure that we did the extra, like they say in the book, giving the extra inch. It's not necessarily the extra mile. We're not asking you to give them miles. Give the extra inch of just showing up on time without having them wondering like it's 3:45. Is he gonna show up? It was from 3 to 4. I was there at 3, or sometimes 2:50. If it's 8, I'm there at 7:50.
yeah, but that one customer that was pissed, it's because like, and I realize our fault is we told them we'll be there at this time during
At 8.
traffic hour. That's on
Yeah.
us, dude.
Oh yes,
That's
we have that client.
that's just on us. He was really upset, and I understand why he was upset. And I even called him and apologized. And
he had
and
everything
was okay
waiting
because
for us to open the door.
he was waiting for us. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
and we had a
that's
traffic
bad.
problem that morning. Yes.
So in that case, it's just about setting the expectation. So maybe adjusting and putting the blocks. But there's also,
but
when I used
also
to work
knowing
at
your clients who are time sensitive, it helps. Are
Yeah.
you time sensitive? Like, know your client's profile and ask them, and like ask with those surveys. Have that survey not only have those surveys like sent out and back with information. Have these surveys integrated in your CRM with tags, so you know exactly like what type of client you have through these surveys. Hey, this client is time sensitive, like tags, color tags in your CRM. It's
Mhm.
easy to implement. Call me if you don't know how.
You set it automatic. You set it automatic
Yes.
in the CRM. The job is done.
Yes,
Once the
through
job is
survey
done,
with the automation.
the bill
yes.
gets sent. The bill gets sent. Boom. Email gets sent. Thank you so much for choosing our for having your trust in our service. Please fill out the survey, and then you could even tie in like a 5%
Automation.
a 5% or 10% coupon
yeah,
on their
yeah.
next service. Encourages. That's amazing. Encourages a future job, like for them to call you back, and you get some feedback all in one. It's a
100%.
genius move, in my opinion. Amazing move. I would implement that right away.
That's what we're doing.
That's-
That's what we're doing this week, my
I would
friend.
implement that right
Yes.
away, man.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
yes,
another
that's what we're
thing,
doing.
and another
With
thing,
automation, all that stuff.
the reverse is also true. We spoke about going the extra inch, and to go like to discover about our customers, what discover their pain points and make their lives easier. And the reverse is also true. Like when I used to work at the bank, there were certain instances where I was calling a customer and they had left the bank. They were no longer with us. And I was calling them to try to pitch them a service. And they weren't with us anymore. They left. Because I didn't refresh and go and refresh the client account, and I would have noticed with a simple like switch the page and check deeper into the client file, I would have noticed that they're no longer a customer. And I'm trying to upsell them. Like, what do you mean you're trying to? I don't have an account with you anymore. What are you trying to switch my plan?
He has an example like that in the book. I think he's talking about something like that in the book.
Yeah, he does exactly. That's where I took it from,
Mhm.
and I could relate to that example because he also talks about the reverse. And dude, like calling them, mispronouncing their name, and like it's just like it's just basic common sense to do your homework. You know, like this company doesn't even do their homework properly, and why would I want to deal with them?
I have sometimes one of my biggest pain point as a customer in general, just in general. If I'm your customer, is having to repeat myself, having to repeat who I am or my situation, my current situation.
Yeah.
If these companies have a way to see and tell me, bro, you don't have to explain me what was before your last interaction. I have it right there. I just read it. I went through it while you were talking and telling me your name and address. And now I know exactly what they're offering. It's fine. These companies, I find it's gold. They save me time. They save me time by not having to re-explain myself. Yes, I have this service, that service. I want that. I want that. Actually, George,
I hate that.
you're gonna laugh at me, bro. We're switching back the phone systems.
No.
Yeah, we're switching back to Just Call everything.
Seriously,
I can't stand just for the customer service. Customer service. I can't deal with.
And I think they're cheaper too, right? They're cheaper and
API. Yeah.
Yeah, I just go back to Just Call because we know it. There's no more learning. There's not going to be a learning curve.
No.
I'm actually dying, dude.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, man.
It is what it is. It's a lot of frustration. Sometimes
and you're gonna save quite a bit of money going back too. So
I think we're saving like 40%.
Bro, that's worth it. Better service and cheaper bill.
What
who's better than you?
There's no AI. If I want the AI thing, it's gonna cost me as much as Dialpad. Dialpad had the AI thing embedded, but it was just there was no cheaper version. You know, it was just Dialpad AI. Boom.
And then there were still limitations. There were still limitations.
There were still limitations.
Yeah. What did they say? Like we wanted some service, and they're like, "Yeah, you gotta upgrade." What do you mean, bro?
So frustrating.
Already paying like $500.
You know how much we ended up paying in a month, in a 30 days span with all these add-ons, and me ended up buying like all these phone numbers and all that stuff. And then I spent close to $1,000.
In 1 month.
In 1 month.
Are you serious, bro?
I'm not even
DP.
Joking. I want to cry.
With DiPietro.
With
Dialpad. Man. Was that the ClickFunnels thingy too? Yeah, I hope you got your money back for the ClickFunnels.
I got my money back.
Okay, good.
I got my money back. I got my money back from Bark also, who auto-top. They auto-top my account this weekend for $250 US. I was crying. I was like, "Are you serious? Why?" They just auto-top because my wife, she ended up like not knowing. She wrote to people on Bark. Bark is a platform to get leads.
Yeah.
And we didn't know. She forgot. She said she didn't know. I know she forgot. She basically forgot she had the auto top up. You know, these auto top up.
Careful, she might be listening.
Bro. I was thinking about you. I was actually thinking about you.
Why me? What do you mean? What do you mean you're thinking about me for what?
Because you, bro, with reason, you don't like your credit card in these websites. Hanging out.
No, I hate it. Oh my god, it's my pet peeve.
Ah,
Like it's my pet peeve. And whenever I sign up to stuff, Phil, make it a habit. Okay, try this because I do this. When I sign up to something, I put a reminder in my phone a couple days before, and my reminder goes something to the effect of signed up to this platform, cancel if no longer wanted by December 17. So I'll receive this like a couple days before. Like I'll put the reminder for December 14. So on December 14, I'm getting the reminder, cancel this platform before December 17 if no longer wanted.
but you know how
Start putting
crazy I
yourself
am. I use platforms sometimes for a day and I cancel them right away. So
Yeah,
that's how I
that's
make
ideal.
sure. Yeah.
That you know what? That's ideal. Even cancel it right away. You're still able to use the service for the entire month.
My
because you
problem
paid for
is
it.
the platforms that we actually use. And sometimes the platforms that we use only on a seasonal base. So Bark was one of those platforms. That's a
Mhm.
problem. The seasonal based
Mm.
platform. And you need to really know, like you need to really calculate, do I really get
Dude, you
an
gotta start using
ROI
reminders.
from these
You have to
platforms?
start using reminders more effectively, man.
Yes.
They're gonna help solve
Yeah,
those
yeah, put
problems
them on your
of
yeah, you're right. You're right. Put it in your
like have it
calendar.
pop up. I get into the
Yeah.
habit of try it out. Try it out. See how it
Or
works.
just a review program of the software or of the platform, like okay, in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days we're going to review the platform and see if we're actually really
it's a
getting an
fit.
ROI. Yes, you need
Yeah.
to like see if like adding this monthly fee is actually something that you're going to end up having on your bottom line. You're going to have to
Yeah.
like your clients paying for this. So if they're paying the invoice and it's ending up like, or it's either their invoice or your margins. It's not magical, you know. Like if you pay for
Dude,
it,
it's just normal. We need some of these like I have these video editing tools that I tried out, and I tried it out and I was like, man, it's $30 a month for the video editing software that I use. $30 a month. And I'm like, okay, let me try it. If it helps, if it's gonna be a useful tool, I'll just take it. And then I took it and I'm like, you know what, man, for $30 a month, I don't think it's worth it. I could just get CapCut. You know CapCut? I think the premium service is like $10 a month and it does the same thing.
mm,
So I took it and I went to cancel it. They tricked me, these guys. They didn't trick me, but they got me. So I went to cancel the service the same day that I took it. And it said we have a special gift for you. If you keep it we'll give it to you for $10 for the next 2 months. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just take it for the next 2 months. But then I put myself a reminder on my phone.
I paid UBS.
I put myself a reminder on my phone that's gonna pop up any day now. Cancel if no longer wanted by this day. If not, it's gonna charge you the $30 a month. So then I make sure that I put it because I don't want to be stuck with all these reoccurring monthly charges. And I know we need some of them, but a lot of them end up being useless, and we end up fucking forgetting to cancel them.
I feel like the ones that we want to keep or that we're not looking too much are like the ones who are giving us the most value and doesn't cost a lot of money. Like we don't see them pass. But in the case of my friends there at Dialpad, I was actually shocked. I was like, hey, this AI thing is actually costing me more than an employee. Like it's costing.
Because you paid the extra feature. Okay, so you paid the extra feature with Dialpad. Okay, so just cancel that. Just cancel the AI feature.
That's the thing. The AI feature is, like I said, it's built in. So if you take Dialpad, it's a very good AI model that they have. It's very good. The conversational thing, it really captures everything.
Dude, I thought it was cool. Personally, I thought it was cool, Fel, because I was like, when I would go talk to the customer again, it had a paragraph explaining how the previous conversation with the customer went. I thought it was pretty cool, but I could just finish the call and I could just write my own notes in the comments, you know.
At this
unless
point,
there was more utility that I wasn't aware of. But
I could
for me,
actually
I thought it was cool. But is it worth $200 a month? I don't think so, bro.
Yeah, the problem was also integration. We could get into the technical of things, but I I couldn't stay I couldn't stay at that price point for the service that I was getting. You know, if I
Mm,
had
yeah, if
service
you had
and they
service, you
were
would have stayed. Yeah.
answering, they it took them so long to just answer. And this morning I received today this morning I received an empty email. The guy answered me back. I answered. He asked me questions on Friday. I answered this weekend, and this morning he answered back with an empty email. I saw something. I think he said hello. There's nothing, and then his signature, and I don't have time for this. Like I don't have time to like write him back an email. Hey, your body is not there. Like you probably copy and pasted, but it didn't work. I have to tell him that. Like I don't have time, bro. Like it's now I'm thinking of just like switching back because it's just the shortest. It's my shortest way to survival right now. I'm not gonna wait for a dial-pad to wake up. I'm just gonna have to fix my own problems. So that's why I'm ready to take the L. You didn't
Just
like.
get that bare minimum. Just get the phone service, Phil.
I'm just going
Get the
back
phone.
to the
Just get the phone service, dude.
yeah.
Like it's enough, man. As long as we're able to call, and we have the CRM to take our notes, and we just have to work. We need to use the tools, but we need to actually interact with them.
Yeah.
Like we need to take the notes and write the notes in,
And to be honest, it has to cost as less as possible. We can't afford to pay so much, especially for our clients. We can't afford to pay so much for
yes,
like our clients don't want to pay for that.
Yes, I'm so proud of you, sir.
I have to, bro. Let's go 2025, bro. Let's fix that thing, bro.
I love saving money, bro. You know how it is. I love saving money and using that money to reinvest it. Like
Yeah.
how honestly, man, I'm so proud that we figured out how to save money on fixing the cookie issue and the email thing and never again are we hiring people to fix stuff on the website because we can
Never again. I
everything
wouldn't
out.
like. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't say
Not
never again.
Not never again, but right now.
Never again
right now.
with no knowledge. Like no knowledge.
We have to make sure that we're really not able to do it.
Exactly.
Or if our time, like since we have the time to do it, right? Well, I had the time anyways to try to save $1,500. I had the time and I did it. And maybe you didn't have the time, but I'm here for that now. So we have to try to we have to always try to find ways to.
The guy spoke to me on Saturday. He wrote him. He reached out on Facebook. He was like, "Yeah, I wanted to know for the quote." And I actually I sent him a nice message. It was like, "Hey, it was not your offer. Your offer was nice. Your quote, I think, for the work involved was reasonable. I think I said your price was reasonable. It was not your price the problem. I told him that. I was like, your price was not the problem. I said it was our budget. We didn't want to get as much budget involved into that thing." And we ended up fixing the problem ourselves. So like our portion of the email, the body of the not the email, the body of the page, the website that on the website that we created. It's not perfect, but it's not the end of the world. I don't care. It's there. Now we're legit. We're legal. That's what's important.
That's
I was debating in my head. I was like, no, you need to spend at least that because it's legal. At least now I have something, so the government cannot say, "Hey, you didn't do it." At least we did something. Now we're legal.
But
afterward,
look, the terms and conditions that were written were not pulled out of my ass.
I know.
Like, there were actually terms and conditions that I went onto the site, Termsly, and I answered the questions. Do you collect information? Do you collect credit card information, emails, names? No, we don't collect that stuff. So I just answered, no, we don't collect anything. It's just an informational website. But we still need to tell people that we're not taking your information. It's a law, right?
It's a legal document. It stays a legal document, but legal documents, in my opinion, especially coming from a lawyer's son, my dad will disavow me if he would hear me talk about the
legal stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Legal, legal stuff
you
need
don't
to
you
be
know,
reviewed by
generally
real
speaking,
lawyers. Generally.
you don't really want to mess with that stuff. Generally speaking, your father would be right, man. He's a lawyer. He knows this stuff better than us.
You don't want to
Um,
have fast that, but you can definitely start with something that doesn't cost you $1,500,
yeah,
$2,000. You start with a structure,
yeah.
especially in these days and times, like Jordan said. With what's the name of the
Like
application?
I'm comfortable with it.
What,
If
what's
we were actually collecting information, I would probably be a bit less comfortable. But I'm comfortable because we're not. It's just an informational page. So
and you still need to like be under. We're
transparent.
still we're still falling under that law. So that's what sucks. But yes, like you said. But what's the name of the app, George, that you used for the
Termly, I think.
Termly?
I got it from
Yeah.
ChatGPT. I was telling ChatGPT like help me do this legally for as little money or for free, you know.
Amazing.
And this site, Termly, all-in-one compliance solution for small businesses. So it's
Amazing.
free. It's free, but you have to pay to remove the watermark. Like, okay. And on top of it, I could remove the watermark. It's not hard. I could just copy and repaste it without the watermark. So, but anyways,
Rich, bro. So yeah. What's the small things that you guys could do for your clients? Like share ideas. Give us ideas on how the small changes could impact your bottom line. This like on this Christmas time, all these opportunities popping up. What could you do to change your local, like your community? Like do small gestures, small things that could create emotional connection with customers. What could be one good thing? How could you give all these like customers the extra inch? I want to know idea. I want to hear ideas from people. I'm very curious. Like it's been
so
a yeah.
so I think what you took out of this was the email to receive feedback, and I don't know if that's what you took out of the chapter, but for me, it's leaving like a bowl of fruits,
Hmm.
a bottle of wine, or a bottle of champagne next to two glasses, just on the table. I no charge, just it doesn't cost much. A
Wow.
bottle of wine is like €2, and like think
Mm-hmm.
about like what that does to the I could buy a case of beer, a case of 6 beer in Portugal is like €2, 2.50.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like gonna get me a 5-star review, which in turn is gonna feed the algorithm.
The
Like it's all like a
turnover
domino
would be
effect.
crazy, 100%. So yeah, like
Competing through personalized service.
yeah,
Small
I
businesses may not compete with big budgets, but they can excel through personalized service. Attention to detail is one of the main reasons customers remain loyal. It's not the big annoyances that matter most, but a series of small frustrations that make a difference. The importance of the customer's perspective. Customers often see problems that companies overlook because leaders lack objectivity about their own business. It's essential to check in regularly with clients.
yeah. So that was part of my survey that I was actually trying to build. You know, three things they love about your company, because if most of these guys, they're ready to tell you what they love. They're not necessarily comfortable telling you what they didn't like right in front of your face. So sometimes, you know, we had that you know, this little signature thing that we had this summer. We were making these clients sign to make sure that our boys were making a good job. Most of these clients, they liked it because it gave them the opportunity to, you know, give their opinion before our guys were leaving, and before it ended up in the internet. You know, that's the most important thing. But I feel that by sending out an email survey afterward, it would give them like an opportunity to really answer, you know, three good things about your company that they liked about the service, and then by doing that, it makes them, I feel, more prone to be transparent about three things that bothered them. If you just ask them three things that bothered you, and they said they like the service, they won't tell you. If you tell them 3 things that they love and 3 things that they bought that bothered them, they will tell you everything.
I just had a guest who messaged me complaining about this was today actually. Like they booked the room for next week, and I created an automatic message saying that they have to complete these steps before they receive the code. They have to send me their IDs, they have to pay the tourist tax, and they have to pay for the pet fee. If they're bringing a pet, they have to pay extra. It's an extra 30 euros for the entire stay because extra cleaning, potential damages, all those things. I charge 30 euros. And she complained saying that, hey, like I booked your room, and in nowhere did it say the tourist tax, and in no way did it say the pet fee. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, and I responded very nicely, thank you for your questions, thank you for your, I appreciate your concerns. And then I explained to her nicely that the mentioning of the pet fee is clearly stated, and the tourist tax, that's a government thing. It's by law, every accommodation must abide by the law of collecting the tax and sending it to the government. It's not, it's not me. And now I just noticed while I was talking, I just noticed that she sent another message. So I'm looking forward to go read what she said. I'm going to read it now. See what they said now. Use it as a little case study.
Interesting.
So now, and as you were talking, I wasn't as you were talking, I just wrote down call booking, ensure the pet fee and tourist tax is mentioned before they book. Mm-hmm. So that's an example of taking the feedback and not getting mad. It's written.
Exactement, c'est ça. Not getting mad.
Okay, let me go see from their. Let me go see from their eyes. If are they the ones who are crazy, or is it me who just didn't make it clearly apparent that if you book this room, you have to pay a pet fee? That should be mentioned. If it's not mentioned, I'm going to waive the fee, or if it's not clearly mentioned, I'm going to have to waive the fee.
Yeah, that's something that he was saying in the book that I found very interesting. Your customer's view is a pretty interesting view. It's another. It's like, and he said in the book, he says it's like having a ladder up inside of your own house, and you're going up there, and it's like, hey, feels different from up here. Yeah. It's different. It's your customer's view. Some of these customers have a clearer view of how your business functions, how all the departments functions all together, and how well they function, because they're customers. They're there to buy. They're actually part of the process. They're inside. They know exactly what's going on. You are on top of things trying to manage. You're not part of the process. You're not buying from inside. You're from outside, so your perspective might be biased. That's the most interesting, like the most intricate part of the book, I think, of the chapter, is when he says that. He says literally, your customer's view is always clear viewed and vital.
Okay, we're fixing a customer issue live on air. Here, I need to translate here. Translate, because it's in Spanish. They wrote to me in Spanish. Translate to English.
You definitely have no objectivity when it comes to your own company. What do you think about that, Joe?
Hello, nothing appeared. So the customer is saying nothing appeared in the listing for us. It only showed that notice that we had to pay for the pet and the mug. The mug. Once we made the full reservation, I find it unfair. The charge for the mug is €1 per person. Is that for each night? As for the pet, we are not going to pay for it yet, as we still don't know if we will bring it. It seems unfair to pay 30% more without having known this before making the reservation payment. A discount on this would be appreciated. Thank you. Okay. So they're willing to, you see, they're not bashing. And I decided not to bash. And I decided to ask them questions and be kind and say like, hey, listen, it is written. The mention of the pet fee is written on the listing. I'm sorry that you didn't see it, let me know if there's anything else I could help you with. And now they're saying like, you see, I just asked them questions and now I'm uncovering things. So they're saying that they don't want to pay it now. They don't want to pay the pet fee right now because they're not sure if they're going to bring it. So that's fine. No problem. You don't have to pay me now.
I'm curious, when the date comes. What's the mug fee, Jordan? Are you charging $1 per mug you're using?
Yeah. So listen. So there's no, my bad. I think it's a translation error. It's not the mug fee is the tourist tax. There's a tourist tax to be charged
Okay.
of €1 per person per night. So if there are 3 people, it's €3 per night that they have to pay, and they're there for 4 nights, so it's €12. It's not a big fee, you know.
Okay.
The charge for the mug. I was reading the bad translation, but it's the tourist tax.
Doesn't charge for wine, but charges for mugs.
So okay. So see, I didn't get mad. I said nicely, a discount on this would be appreciated, man. There's no like I'm gonna have to like respectfully tell them, like, there's no there. You can't be a discount. The tourist tax goes to the government. That's not me. You could book with another person. You're still gonna have to pay that. It's not like I'm charging it out of the air here.
Don't get mad, George. Don't get mad. No. Come back.
No, and I use ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT when I'm mad. I use ChatGPT to help me like tone it down
all the time, bro. To always to help you get that emotion out.
Because exactly. Because they say when we act with emotion, we always make mistakes. Not always. Let me rephrase. When we're acting with emotions, we're acting irrationally, right? Sometimes
it becomes
irrationally, especially when you're angry. When you're acting with emotion and you're angry, you might say something to a customer that might harm your sales or your business.
Definitely, talking too much is a risk.
So instead of me just writing back in the heat of the moment, I'm gonna open up ChatGPT. I'm gonna go on AI and say, hey, listen, I'm upset right now, and I'm gonna vent to ChatGPT. I'm gonna say, you little, and I'm gonna let out all my rage on ChatGPT, and then at the end, I'm gonna say it politely and professionally. Thank you, and then I click enter. So I just vent it out, and ChatGPT is gonna formulate a nice paragraph, and then I'm just gonna copy paste.
Definitely working. That's a good part.
I took the emotions out of it. I took my emotions out of it, and I'm just letting ChatGPT take it from here.
But like, one important part of the book is creating a touch point with your customers. And like right now, you have a customer who's talking to you, and you could have customers who are just, if your business is automated, and most of big business are, your customer pays, gets to their Airbnb, does the whole booking, leaves, and you never hear about them. To me, those are the worst customers, not because they're the worst customers, because you don't get a feedback. You don't really get a sense until they leave a review. You have no control over, like, they don't know you. The only thing that controls the review is the apartment itself, and if everything went well. But that's uncontrollable in some way. You could have like your neighbor knocking or do some work, or like you could have external factors killing your business if you don't have a system to, like, have some kind of touch point at some point, like customer touch point. Hey, how's it going? How's your booking? I've had that, automated messages, or sometimes they're not automated. They just take their time. They write to you. So I've had that. I don't find it annoying to have my host writing to me, how's your booking? You've been there for 3 days. The guy's like, how's everything? Do you need wood? Do you need something for your...
Oh, you don't like that, you're saying?
I like it.
You like it. Yes, exactly.
I do appreciate
That's something that I do, and they love it. And the guests actually love that. And even if they had like a bad experience, it turns it into a good experience. We spoke about this last time, how like bad experiences can be turned to, like, it's an opportunity to fix and consolidate and
yes,
and
you
show
had
the
that
customer, show the customer, and you show the customer that you're willing to. Small details. We spoke about that today. Small details. That is a small detail.
You're willing,
and
to
they're
express. You're willing to do something.
They're like, wow, like they're listening to me. So now, even though there's a pet fee that they don't want to pay, it's clearly written there, and I'm gonna calmly tell them, like, it is written there. I'm not gonna blast them. I'm sorry you didn't see it, but it is a fee. It's there for, because of extra cleaning, and you explain to them. And they appreciate that. They appreciate that you took the time to explain it to them, and they're going to be willing to
But
pay
let's
it and
think
not
about-
hate
let-
you for it.
Let's think about something that you could give them instead of like monetary stuff, like monetary incentive. Like, what could you give them as an incentive to make them happy? Since they thought they might be wrong or like not, or they could be lying or telling the truth, whatever. Like, what could be a good settlement?
Maybe like a non-monetary thing. Maybe I could compile a list of to-do activities for them in the area that they're visiting. Hey, here are some recommendations for good restaurants. But that should be like an expectation, though.
I expect that from my host.
That should
It's
be
a
like an
regular.
expecting thing.
Yeah.
Like, how can I go above and beyond?
If they have a pet, maybe have some like food included for the pet.
That's a good one.
For
That's a nice one.
for 30 euros you pay that, but you don't have to go buy some food for your. Listen, if I bring
have
my
treats.
pet, I don't have to go buy and find.
Yeah,
some,
I could maybe
like,
leave the bowl. I could leave like a bowl of water on the floor and a bowl of food ready for
Bro,
them, and like maybe a couple
ask
treats.
them right now. What's your pet's favorite food? Ask them, bro. She's gonna smile.
Yeah.
She's gonna
I'm
smile.
not there
She's
to.
gonna-
The thing is, I'm not there to do it. I'm not there to do it.
It doesn't
right
matter.
now.
You could definitely send what's his name? You could definitely send someone to go buy and put that.
Yeah, I
put in
could
the
send
apartment.
somebody. I could send the cleaning.
Some vet diet, bro. Just go buy.
But maybe I should be proactive and just buy a big bag, of food,
yeah,
and like
100%.
keep it locked up in like an area.
Mhm.
And then whenever I find out, I tell the cleaner, okay, take some of the food
Yes.
or the pebbles, put it in a box, have the bowl of water and a thing of food. That's a nice touch. That's a beautiful touch, actually. I like that.
100%.
That's a really, really nice touch. So
100%.
they're paying for the pet fee, but they're also getting that little touch that they didn't
Yes.
expect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not? I would have done that. Honestly, I would have done that.
The bowl of fruit is a really nice touch. Having a bowl of fruit is a really nice touch.
and
I also
I would a nice
make
story
it like
a nice story for the pet. I would you have the pet coming and you
a nice toy.
you,
yeah, a
can't,
nice
you
toy.
obviously can't do bro. You probably can do that right now while you're here in Canada. I would go and try to get like a toy or something. I get you a toy, and you take a picture of it and you send them. You send it to them like, hey, that's what we do for. If you
That's a
pay
nice
for the
touch.
pet fee, like you get that, and it doesn't cost you a lot to do that because you buy bulk, right? You could buy like on Amazon dog toys for very cheap, my friend. You know everything about AliExpress. You obviously know everything about dog things. You had that Navaria, bro. Yeah, I even bought toys.
A
like
beacon of
dog
safety.
toys. Bro, you remember that?
Of course. And you know what? You laugh, but those that's where I started my like video editing adventure, and one thing
Yes.
leads to another.
Here
But
we
yeah,
are.
it's funny to think about it, like, bro, dog collars.
But you know everything about like buying dog stuff like on the internet. You could definitely get discounts on that.
Yeah.
And have a little like nice little. You fix that problem. It's systemized now. You can even automate
Yeah.
the thing in AI. And like when people are like, "Well, the pet fee." As soon as they have pet fee
Yeah.
in the chat, bro, like automated message, pet fee. Yeah,
Yeah.
Here's a picture. This is what you get. Oh, I
Right.
understand. Thank you. Finish. 90% of people they would definitely buy it. The $30. You could, you could make it for 40 euros.
Well, it's a mandatory fee. If you bring a pet in my place, I allow it, but you got to pay. If you don't
Hey,
want to pay,
bro,
then
that's
you're not allowed to bring
amazing.
a
You allow
Like, look, I allow it. Most accommodations don't let you bring a pet. I let you bring a pet, and trust me, the cleaning lady stays an extra hour to clean all the hair. It's a nuisance. It's annoying. I'd rather you just don't bring a pet. Just don't bring a pet. I'd rather just don't bring your pet and don't pay it. Don't worry. But if you want to bring a pet, you got to pay the fee
Mhm.
because there's going to be hair everywhere. It's going to take extra time. It's going to smell. You need to air it out. Like, come on, man. Like, it's
100%.
reason.
Mhm.
And Fel, this week, do you want to do a live together? You want to try doing a live together?
Of course, yeah, let's do that. Yes.
So listen, tomorrow you're not coming. You're not coming to the hockey game, huh? I'm not sure about the game, but because it's tomorrow, right? The Buffalo game,
We're having so
Canadians
much work
game.
this week, my friend.
So
We're
I'm thinking, can we do the live a bit earlier tomorrow since the game is at 7 at the Bell Center. So is it okay
no,
with you? We
bro.
do the live a bit early.
Bro, you still have 20 minutes together, bro. What the fuck are you
Yeah,
talking about, bro? They never scored before the first period, bro. Like,
yeah.
you could definitely get there before the second.
Habs Sabres game.
No, it's fine, bro. We could do it earlier. We could do it.
Can we do it a bit earlier? The live tomorrow.
Maybe at like 5:10. We're always late, bro. So.
Or can we just do the live earlier and then we'll just post it at 5:15?
Non,
We
non,
can
non,
do
on
that
va le
as well.
faire.
We
On
can
peut le
just-
faire. Check, on peut le faire. Si tu veux, on peut le faire demain.
Tomorrow the game's at 7, so I would have to leave the house by like, I don't know, 5.
Leave the house by 5, bro. You're not
Leave the house
hanging
by
at the
5,
airport.
probably. Yeah, but bro, probably gonna go for dinner and it's
Now
not just
Jordan,
going-
every time he leaves the house, he thinks it's the airport. He needs to cross the you don't need to cross all the border, bro. Like it's
Hey,
fine.
Carlis, man, you were supposed to come with me tomorrow, and then
I
you had
know.
stuff that came up, and you can't even come anymore.
I know. I work too much.
all good.
We were not supposed to work in these, but Christmas is next week. Basically, it's not done. We're not supposed to be finished. The only person in vacation that I know is you, George, who's going to like. The only like clown who's still working is me, bro. Like,
No, it's pas vrai, bro. The only clown that's moving around is me.
Bro. How crazy is that? I envy you.
Yeah,
bro.
but now my girlfriend's in town. I gotta gotta bring her around. It is what
No
it is.
comments today, bro. No comments on your Insta. Did you check or
No, I didn't even have my Insta plug today.
no?
No.
Oh no! But that's why, bro. That's why we didn't have action.
Yeah, but event like the Instagram is, yeah, like we want to build like the YouTube and stuff. So I don't know if the Instagram is.
Come on, bring these
Oh.
people in, bro.
We brought who we could bring. We brought people in.
That's true. It's true.
Like, what's there more to do now with the Instagram?
I gotta go. I hear a baby crying in the back. I
Yep.
think my wife needs some like kind of hand. So let me end this with GTD Getting Tuesday done tomorrow. Another nice program that we're gonna have. So stay tuned tomorrow. Stay positive. The economy
Yeah,
is
and-
tough, but stay positive.
And also sign up to our channel, guys. I put the banner over there. Follow us on Facebook and follow us on YouTube. Well, follow us on YouTube. Subscribe and smash that like button.
Bam. Let's go. On se voit demain. Ciao, George.
Yes, sir. Ciao, guys. Take it easy.